On a Saturn day, let's get ready to rumble. Bow, wow, 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 wow. Are you ready? Are you ready? You're not pumped. Come on, pump up the jams here. I am the hostess of the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witchy, witch, the first primordial witch there ever was. I am Lilith reincarnated, God's messenger to you. Today, we are going to go into magical properties of herbs. We went into it slightly yesterday just for protectional reasons. Today, they want me to bring out the whole shebang. Are you guys ready? So you would have had to catch last night's video about, it's funny, they guided me to teach you about protection herbs and how to use them. Then afterwards, we discovered this douchebag was doing magical attacks on me and whatever. I was just not up for this anyways because I have pulled this out so many times. And then I saw in my Google memories that it's that time again. So I'm here to teach you the herbs. We went over some of them yesterday. I didn't actually have any of my herbs with me to show you. So today I'm going to show you all the herbs that I do have. I'm not going to tell you what all of them are for. I'm going to show you how I work. And it's kind of funny. As I was coming up here, I was like, all right, I get it. Each time I do these videos, they get more inventive and, they become more and more and more. One day I'll be like Professor Snape and be like, I can teach you how to brew immortality. And I'm never going to teach you that type of shit. All right, so let's start with the basics. In the beginning, this was my ritual bag. It was just a pretty purse, to be honest. It was. And I used to go hiking through Red Rocks with it. I'd just throw my basics. It was just my grab-along purse. Then it became my ritual bag. And I carried this for the first, I would say, year and a half. This was my ritual bag. Inside are all the good stuff. So we're going to need the pestle and the motar, because no witch can do that without that. Told everyone we do mirror magic. This is a mirror charged under the full moon. Which one? I don't think I charged that one, to be honest. Then inside we got all the good stuff. We got all my little vials and shit, because I take a lot of shit where I go. This is how I get all my little waters and dirts. Somebody in the astrals last night after I did that video was like, what do you use the graveyard dirt for? To put it to rest. To put it to rest. Alright, it's just a white candle in here. But underneath it all is that special blend. See, I got all this. Like, damn, I told you, I'm a whole witch, bro. Is a special blend that I had mentioned. Inside of there is mixed with graveyard dirt, some white sage, and various oils with tons of needles. If you were to stick your hand in this bag, there's a 95% chance you're going to get hurt. Why? Because there's tons of needles in there and rocks. Looks pretty filthy, right? Very dangerous shit in there. I've been using it since the beginning. So that's my emergency bag that I had mentioned last night. And then these are for foraging. We go and we take little bits of stuff and bring it back. So when I say I have Professor Snape's closet, I'm not joking. Messed up my things. So this was my original bag, but now it's just a storage bag, but it still has my emergency blends. Inside of it, it also has my Athene. Don't worry, it won't cut you. It's plastic. But this is what I use to cut plants and stuff like that. You can't just rip them on shit, so I use that for that type of shit. This little guy right here is used just to dig up dirt, usually, because I have to dig up things. There's some really cool stones in there. You're like, what the fuck, chick? I mean, I'm not dirty. Let's just start there. Check out these stones. These would be, like, considered runes. These would, you just carve in your sigil right there. These are rune stones. Aren't they cool? Where'd they come from? Who knows? Just be collecting shit while we're walking around all these fucking parks and shit. So that's that one. I actually just got in there to get this bad boy. Bad boy. You need to have one of these when you're using the actual, and I wrap it up in the pink. Why? Love. Do everything with love. When you're using when you're not using incense dust already. Okay? So I'm gonna put that away. I moved it all. This is now, oh god, there's so many. I was about to say I didn't have no, I'm like, nope, I found them. This is my current ritual bag. It's made out of hemp. It's just a freaking fanny pack. But look at all the shit that's in that. Don't worry, I'm about to blow your mind. All right. In the beginning, how I did my invocations is I would take a piece of paper. For those that don't know, and I don't know why you don't know this, paper is made of trees. So I'll try to find specific trees. And so, what do we have in here? This is a black candle, very dangerous and powered, in the need of banishment. We have a black candle in there. All right, this is very funny. I tell the story of how I got caught on the mountain and how the police had to get me out. I kept their cards so that one day we can come back together and be like, remember, that was my awakening. These are the little papers that I'll use. So we'll grab one of these out. This is old school. This is how I first started. So they're all little papers. I'll take one of these. Why? I'll explain where these ones came. I cut them myself. Also inside of here, these are some seeds. Oh God, they just spilled all over the place. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Chris that I lived with, his sister was an herbologist, or just a flat out fucking witch if you want. She had her own online thing, and she had sent him particular products that he didn't fuck with, which is exactly that fucking sleep patch that he gave to me. He didn't want it. It was giving him fucking nightmares because he was being pulled into the astrals. But I keep some seeds here because why? I need to put this in a baggie now that I've seen it. Because you leave. Sometimes you take things, sometimes you leave with things. And then there's my business cards. I should probably pull those out of there. They're looking a little funky. We'll leave one in. Why? Because I'm a real deal. The real deal. And then, of course, I have a pin in there where I have to... Look at these seeds that are falling out. They're from California. And who knows what they are. I need to put them in a baggie right away. Actually, I could put them in... Sorry, I have to do something with them. They're falling all over the place. Alright, I'm making a mess. This is going to be the messiest thing I've done that I'll do. And it causes me to go through it all. Alright, I'll put all this stuff away. Dun, dun, dun. So then what do you do with the paper? I write down my prayer. Real simplistically. Dude, these seeds are all over. They literally just fell all over. I have to do something about it now. I can't wait. We'll put them in a vial. Really? Yeah, what the fuck else am I supposed to do with them? Shit. Hold on. I'm making messes, dude. That part of it was open and... I mean, you figure it's just wear and tear, dude. I like open that and rub it and throw it and not really use it. I've left seeds a couple of different places. There's a ritual that we do it. I can't remember. It's probably embolic, where we're guided to go plant seeds. Plant a tree and some shit. Yeah, this whole thing's falling apart. Hold on. What's in it? I don't know. Let me see. Bunch of shit that's about to fall all over my altar, to be honest. This is not a big enough vial for whatever the fuck is in there. Let's see. It's all kinds of shit, bro. Let's see. Those are the seeds I was seeing. I just made a mess. I hate making messes. And this vial is not big enough. I knew I needed a baggie. I'm gonna chill. So I'm gonna need a baggie. But whatever it is, we're just pulling it all over. We're leaving it as offerings at my altar. I can show you that for sure. You can see some thistle in it, some rosemary. I don't know. There's a ton of it. Maybe we should only take some of it. Let's see. This is that foraging shit, being a whole fucking... This is about as close as you're gonna get to me fucking playing around in the garden. Why? Because I don't own one yet. It'll be different when we do. I have a book called... I got it about a year ago. Before I went to Oklahoma, it was called The Fine-Horn Garden. It's about growing a spiritually enlightened garden. Are you serious? I'm serious, dude. They have spiritual properties, bro. So it's just knowing how to grow it without, you know what I mean, inducing it from birth. That's what I came up with. Told you, I'm gonna need another one. Alright, let's put that shit away. At least we got it to where it's not falling out of the bag anymore. I don't know what the fuck it is, to be honest. What does it say? It says, Mia's Magic Seeds, Shasta Seeds, Candula, Sweet William. Oh, it's got poppy. Oriental poppy. Well, we're going to have to read all that. Okay. Well, let's get into what else is in my bag. What's in the bag? I don't know. This is very heavy, so I feel like it's candles. It's been a long time since I opened this one. Oh, shit. It's way more than that. It's my whole setup. This was one setup. Currently, I'm using this setup in my car. This is a whole different setup that sits in the bag. Alright, first, what is that? Lemon and eucalyptus. Came from the same place. There's Mia some shit. Like, damn, bitch, you are for real? Nah, bro, you haven't even seen shit. Oh, it was the rock. It was the prayer rock from, Yuma. Yeah, I was excited to bring it. Alright. It smells delicious in there. Put your face in there. What do we got? Rosemary. Check. Told you I had a bag. I needed the bag. That's all I needed. Cinnamon. Told you I had cinnamon. Alright, while we're doing this, let's get this ready. No witch is gonna cook the same. Asking your grandma how much fucking salt and pepper she puts in her fucking stew is stupid. You gotta watch it. Pinch of rosemary. Always. Oh, wait, Sam, we read about it last night. You're gonna have to catch the rosemary. I'm gonna read a bunch of these to you. This is an already made mix that I've been using for, 3 years. This is a Joan of Arc's mix. I asked for a Joan of Arc mix. She mixed it herself. She was channeling on what to put together. It's not something you can just buy. She mixed it herself, and it's the end of it, and it smells delicioso. Why do I always put it? I always put it, dude. If you smelt it, you would put it too. Used to have a bunch of flowers. Yeah, you can feel one in my finger. There's a flower, see? Tink, tink, tink. See, this is the type of shit why you can't replicate my shit, because you don't even know what it is. I don't even know what it is. Most of it. What do we got in here? Oh, here's an already made blend. How do I know? Because I know. And this one is protection. How do I know? Because I know. See? It's already... Oh, no, this isn't. Oh, this is, There's one in my car. There's a few of them in my car, actually. There's one that I water daily. The Desert Rose. I can't think of what it's called right now, but those are some of the leaves off of it. Alright, what else do you got? I don't know. Let's see. This one is an already made mix. This one is an already made mix. You can tell because of what's mixed in it. I'm going to show you all of those. There's mandrake in there for sure. I should probably just put all this in there. Like, what are you brewing? I know what I'm brewing. They tell me what to do. Trust me. Alright, here again we talked about the cloves. What did I tell you? How many did we put in? Anybody remember? 3. Always 3. 1, 2, 3. It smells delicioso. What do we got here? I keep a lot of baggies. Why? You just don't throw away baggies. So there are a bunch of empty baggies. But I told you I had empty baggies. See? Lots of them. There we are. I said I didn't have any juniper, bro. They're like, you could just... There's plenty of trees outside. I was like, I know. Juniper. I love juniper. It's delicioso. Yeah, I'm making a mess. This is one of those messy days. Whenever you start pulling out shit like this and playing in the dirt, you get messy. This is the type of shit that makes me not be able to get my nails done no more either, because I'm always burning shit. We need some cinnamon. These ones are... There's different ones. There's chips, and then you can get them in like sticks. These are chips. Cinnamon chips. Don't worry, I'm going to run all of you through this again. No, most of them we went through last night, so I'm not going to run you through this bullshit again. I'm going to run you through the new ones that I put in. What do we got here? Hibiscus. Hibiscus. I'm going to use all of it. Typically, it's already mended together for that reason. Ooh, did you hear that? It's like a fucking police chase outside. What do we got? Okay, there's all those. This is very interesting. When I was in Wisconsin, her husband was a carpenter, and he was building something with this really piece of pretty wood, and I was guided to pick up the shavings, which in essence ends up being cedar, but it came from a piece of furniture that he was literally building. Seriously? Seriously. Okay. You keeping up? Why so many woods? Because the woods were holy. They're called holy woods. That's what Palo Santo means. So that's why God's always trying to take you into the woods. This is actually already burnt up. I just had to do something with it. This was burnt up Yerba Santa. I don't like it. That's why I was like, if that's something I'm burning, then that's not good. What is this? A little bit of white sage that I keep for, emergencies. This is my typical sage bag that I get a big one. Don't mind my trash in there. Again, I don't like to throw trash, so I end up just collecting it with me. I get a big stick and I just break it down. It comes rolled up in a string, a big ass one that you probably see other people, and I just break it down. And I use this to go with it. We'll add this at the very end. Alright, so that was just my typical one. And what else is in there? Lots more. So this is an already made blend. This is my original banishment blend I made at Chris's house. This motherfucker would put him to sleep. Like, put him to sleep or kick him out of the house. When I first started burning this dude, he was gone for weeks. Weeks. We didn't know if he was in jail. Really? Yeah, this is a pretty good one. So that's already that. We don't really need to do it. We'll save that for, haunted houses and shit. You're funny. I mean it. Again, I don't like these. So when I burn them, I try to get rid of them. I don't like the smell of them. There's something about them I don't like, but I have to burn them sometimes. So that's what I said the other day. I was guided to burn a whole stick of it. I was like, ugh, I can't stand it. What is it? It's the Yerba Santo or some shit. It's not. I don't like it. I don't like it, God. And then what else we got in here? Oh, here are more cinnamon chips. I told you, I thought I was out because it was not in my closet. Somebody was toying around. It was just me. Nobody touches my shit. It's just like I told you. And all of this was sitting at my altar. This is underneath my altar. See, here's the chips. The other ones are more like, let me show you. I dropped one. Here's a chip. You see a chip. The other ones are more like, you're like, damn, that's all that's in there? Yeah. Until we start building it. See, these are different. See, this is like condensed powder, and this is like a chip. Chip off the block is what I heard. Yeah, those are really good. I like the smell of cinnamon. We started using nutmeg when I started working with Metatron. I'm about to make the biggest mess ever right here. What else do you got in there? Well, that's just part of it. So then, oh, this is my mirror. This one I had charged under the Pisces moon. This one never comes out, bro. This one's dangerous. This is the one that, like, if I open this, we gotta, you know what I mean, run. Like something crawls out of this one. Really? Mm-hmm. You wanna play with it? Oh, man. Alright, so then we need one of these. Why? Because it can't be voodoo without a pin. Stick a pin in it. And that's what I was talking about. In the bottom of that bag are all these missing pins, bro. Because I let them burn, but I have to bring the pin back with me. I don't just leave pins out. So there's a ton of those little pins at the bottom of that bag that can stab you. Seriously? Seriously. Again, I'm not huge. There's a ton of them in the bottom of this. I'm not huge on black candles, so here's the original one I've ever used. I've used maybe 3 in my entire career, bro. And they stay with me. Hestia oil, my daughter picked this out. It was the last of its brand. And I was like, I personally think it's absolutely hideous, the smell of it. But it goes back to the Virgin, the Maiden, and, springtime. So it's a lot of it. I have to use this a lot. I end up putting it on my paper. I dab this on my paper before I put my scrolls. You keeping up? Right? Alright, and then I got a Palo Santo in there that I've always had. And you don't want to know what this is. This is fused with Lucifer. When I pulled his soul from the ground where it had been sleeped, or where it had been laid, I caught the essence of it in here. It's in there. I'm like, it's in there. Just take my word for it, bro. It's in there. If I need Lucifer's freaking energy, I can pull it out and, rub it on my lips. No. I might die. Alright, so that's just some of it. Then there's this one. This one has my holy water, my very important stones, and what else is in there? A certain oil, which I think it's my resurrection oil. My stones broke. Remember last time we had them in 2 and I had to put them into 1? These are very important stones that I keep for super rituals. So when I'm pulling that out, it's usually graveyard work and shit. There's still lots more in here. I'm not going to get into it. I have a huge bag that has nothing but nuts and seeds in it for the freaking animal offerings. I have this that was given to me. It's supposed to be tea. It is tea. But in essence, what is tea? It's a bunch of fucking herbs. It smells really strong, doesn't it? Yeah, so, you know what I mean? So I can just access these herbs. What's in there? I don't know. A bunch of shit. I have another one in my other thing that's Hawaiian. It came from the lava. I don't know. It's made in Portland, Oregon. Hibiscus, ginger, cassia, sarsaparilla root, clove buds, black currant, pink rose petals, elderflowers, manuka, honey, and lemon myrtle. Really? Yeah, bro. I got a whole thing of candles in there. I got some gloves because I'd be out in the cold and burning, freezing my fucking shit off. All of them, of course, missing the fingertips because I need my fingertips. Alright, so that's all that. I'm going to put all that back. No, I'm not. I'm just going to leave. I got to. There's no room to put anything else. So that's my grab and go bag. Oh, damn. You just grab and go all that? Pretty much. Now, the question everyone always asks is, did you know everything about herbs before you started buying these? I just decided to buy them when I'm in a store. And then I find out later somewhere. I'm going to put some more sage in this bag for later. Again, this is my, just grab the bag and we'll go. We're going up a mountain. I'm being guided. Like, we're about to do something and all of a sudden they're like, do a sage burn up there. So this is that grab and go bag where I can just make it fast. Instead of carrying my ashtray and all that shit. I'll show you how I typically do it now, and that's a lot of the pictures you see. I'm just burning herbs in an ashtray. It's a Jewish ashtray, which is beyond ironic. Alright, sorry, I just had to load some sage in there. And that's why I said sage is the foundation of all of this. We'll put it in. Why? Because all of this shit, to be honest, doesn't fucking burn so well. You need the sage to keep the fire burning. You'll sit there like for reals. For reals. Give me a second. I'm going to put this in the bag. I already made I feel like I'm supposed to leave this here. Alright, I'm going to put this one away, and this one stays with us. Okay, whatever you say, God. Whatever you say, God. Give me a second. So yeah, there's a lot more to being a witch than just being psychic. Just playing with cards. You know, but that's why I have to keep that label. Is like, no, bro, I'm for real a witch. And that's why I was laughing about what's her face, Morgan. I was like, you told him I was a weirdo, right? He's like, I told him you were a witch for Jesus Christ. I was like, that is exactly what I am. Inside of here I have I was guided to pull some cactus. I can't exactly remember where I pulled them from, but I have cactus too. Why? I don't know until the day comes, and ultimately just to burn it. I don't eat the shit. I always set them on fire. I'm a fire witch, so all of this is meant to go up in flames. Let's not light it all at once. It might be one hell of a show. I have a couple of these. You're going to see me use these. This one has little baby feathers. I have a couple of these. What are they? Just salt and pepper things. But I keep my blends. After we use all this, I'll pour it into these and keep them around so that I can use them. So that we continue to use it. It's not just a one and done. We're not doing all this work for one meal. This is going to be, you know what I mean? So we as I'm seeing the Italians, we'll jar that shit up and use it for later. And I'll keep one usually in my closet or in my car or something. I had promised one of the ladies since the very beginning that I would put together her a blend, so pretty much I'm doing this for her. And I'm kind of nervous about doing this because it's so effective that when I burn all these spirits off, it's going to make whoever is carrying these spirits get the fuck out of here. So it could easily backfire and take out Morgan too, if she's in a bad spirit. What am I supposed to do? I'm going to put all this in here, bro, because what the fuck else am I going to do with it? It's just a lot of rosemary, I can tell. You can tell. And then some poppy. We definitely need to pop that shit outside. Alright, I said this is the bag that I'm currently using. Whatever, right now. This is what's in my car that I've currently been using. And there's a ton of feathers in here for two I gotta undo. Seriously, bitch? Seriously. I'm an herbologist, bro. And then there's feathers. How many? I don't know. They keep falling out. There's the white one. There's a couple of them in there. I find them and I put them in there. I have feathers all over the place, bro. Why? They represent wind to begin with. What's in here? I forgot what it's called. But as you can see, it's just a little pine tree kind of thing. I don't use it too much, but I use it. Alright, so in here we have Eyebright that we got just recently. It opens up the visions, so I'll put a little bit of that in there. Alright. These are all newer ones that were added within this year. This is Palo Santo broken up. I love that it's broken up because it only comes in stick form. This was a very expensive little bag, but worth every fucking cent. First off, it's my favorite scent. I love the smell of Palo Santo. But the fact that it's just so easy, you know what I mean? Like, I can put it with my sage and, oh my god, it smells delicious. It's like spiking your drink, dude. You're like, yeah, pour more. Pour more. I started working with the nutmeg. I found out for Metatron. Why? Because otherwise you're just seeing shapes and shit. It doesn't come through. It's nutmeg. It smells like pumpkin spice bullshit. And I had already been wearing this pumpkin fucking cupcake fucking lotion for like weeks. Alright, here's the good ones. So myrrh always comes in a resin. Frankincense always comes in a resin. They're all hard from being out in the car. This shit, Styrax, comes in it's a resin, but it looks like a little piece of wood. They have to get super duper duper hot for these to freaking melt. It's like doing a dab for those of you that don't know, or if you're a meth head. You already know it got to get real hot. These are the holy herbs of Christ. Typically, not the Styrax. That we learned somewhere else, I don't know, in some of my teachings. I was guided to get it, I didn't even know how to spell it. This smells good. It's very vanilla-y. It's very calming. Not too much myrrh. Myrrh. And then again, I always have extra bags. I needed lavender, which I told you I was going to go pick myself. But it started raining outside, so we'll pick that shit later. And I was glad I had juniper, because she said the same thing. I was like, I don't want to go picking no juniper. But I totally can. I live in Colorado. We can pick all those pines. So it's like, it looks like a little rock. But it just breaks, see? It's really pretty too. It kind of looks like mica and shit. Okay, that one's not gonna break. That's gonna break my fingers. Okay, so those are the ones that I've been messing with. So in my car for the last whatever, I put some white sage and throw all that shit on top of it. Ta-da! Is anybody keeping up with all the shit that's in that thing? Me neither. Keep up. Alright. So. Let's put this aside. I'm going to open up the big guy. Again, I was guided to put this here at the altar. It'll make sense later. It'll come up in a card. It'll make sense. Probably the poppy card when we read it. Alright, these are some candles. I'm almost out. Damn, I just watched them fall when I went to grab them. Obviously they melted a little bit. These ones are beeswax candles. This one and this one. This red one is a representation of Lilith. These are my beeswax candles, and they've been bled upon. I'm almost out of these, as you can see. I use these for my divination. When I do something like this, I take one of these little candles, and I sit there until it almost burns down. Almost, well, I'll show you in my purse when I can find it, how I keep them for a certain time. Now, are you ready? Bring out the box. I posted a picture of the box and everything that's in the box. Okay. I was guided to buy 3 new herbs today. And I thought about it. I was like, I forgot cinnamon. And I didn't get juniper. I didn't need it. Today I got a big old bag of yarrow. How much do you put in? I don't know. They said 2 fingers for this one. 2. That's what I got out of that one. Again, my fingers are fatter than yours, so you're not going to get this right. Wolfsbane, we pulled the other day about, you know, your other side coming out, your uncontrollable side coming out. I'm going to read this card. I don't know if I smelt it, but what's it smell like? It smells like mint. It smells like, kinda. They all smell like earth, bro. Like, in the end of the day, it's all earth. Some of earth smells better than the other parts of earth. Alright, and then I got... Oh, that wasn't the wolfsbane. That was the vervain. That's what smelled so good. Wolfsbane. A lot of these, dude, they're funky to burn. So, like, your woodworm is going to be funky like this. Mugswort is funky like this. This is one I haven't had before. Are you sure? I'm sure. What's this smell like? I don't know. Ass? Don't breathe it in because it's one of those thistles that go in your face. I don't know. It kind of smells gross. It smells like a barn. Seriously? Yeah, let's put some... It's got these things. I've had these things before in one of my brews. What is it? These. The middle of a plant. Interesting. She might have put that in the fucking... I don't know. Alright, what else you got in there? I'm just going to run through these really quickly. I have too many bags of this. I need to put it all together. I have some twine. Why? Because we need cord cutting removals. You guys need to cut the fucking cords that bind you. So I keep that in there. What do you got here? I did actually have mistletoe. I forgot. Where did you find it? The witchcraft store, I'm sure. I'm sure. Mistletoe. Alright, we're not even there, dude. I haven't even got into it. Here it is. Here's more of that shit I don't like. Oh, no, this isn't. Maybe it is. No, this is Yerba Santa. Okay. This isn't the one... Maybe it's Yerba Buena that I don't like. This isn't the one that's not bad. So Yerba Santa is for all kinds of crazy shit. And then I got the... They call this, Fuck, I'm going completely blank on this. Oh, God. I can't even think right now. I can't think, but it's expensive, dude. It comes braided like this. And I only cut off a little bit of it, which you're about to catch me do, and put a little bit in there. I've had the same one forever. They're like fucking $20 for one of these. Well, maybe not that much. I need my scissors, and I don't have them. Hey, CJ, can you hand me my scissors? You can't hear me. It's got headphones on. Hold on, guys. Why can't I remember what it's called? One of my herbs, I can't remember what it's called. I was thinking about it the whole time I was looking at it. Sometimes words, bro, I can't capture the words in my brain. They're just too many. So it comes in a braid, and I'll take just part of the braid. Only that much. Ta-da. Not much is needed. Okay, let's keep going through here. I got a real mess. This is eucalyptus. What's in this one? I don't know. It's already built together. Oh, here's another one of those. That same pine. So these are pines. I don't think it's juniper. Oh, this is a mix. This is already a mix. I can tell because here's the... And it's got... I made this at his house too. Interesting. Okay, well this is already a mix. How can you tell? Because of what's in there. It's got cedar and all kinds of shit. It's got all kinds of shit. Alright, so as I told you, hawthorn berries. Star anise. This I had 2 of them, but it's a witch's burr. I used one a couple years ago. I'm just going to run you through everything that's in here, so you can see. Rose petals. Wormwood. And we're back. I don't know how long ago it started disconnecting. And we're back. I don't know how long ago it started disconnecting, but I know it happened as soon as I started pulling out all my herbs. We'll run back through this real quick. We're putting some Deity of Crete into this one. Looks like grass. Most of them do. Mandrake root, we're not going to use this time. Mugwort, we are going to use a bit of. Mugwort is real. That's why I was like, you're going to make this in a tea and drink this shit, bro? You should not do that shit. Why? Because it's gross. Look at it. We're only going to put a little. It just comes out like that. Alright, keep moving on. We talked about Queen of the Meadow last night. And then, of course, I brew all of this, and it's being blessed, looked over by the gods. That's what you're not seeing right here. What do we got? So here's more white oak. There's more white oak. I'm sure I've got too much of it. And that's what I told you, it's in my car too, all of those oak branches. The druids, bro. The oak trees are all about the druids. Meadow sweet. There's another one. Blessed thistle. We talked about all this last night. That's why I'm not saying much about it. I told you which cards I am going to pull for you. See how it's all... Ew. That one's like... What do we got? Broom tops. Talked about that last night. Alright. The juniper berries are for what? The Egyptians. So we're definitely putting that in. How many? 3. Why 3? Come on, dude. Seriously? Do I have to answer that stupid question? Alright, so here's our red sandalwood. They were talking about white sandalwood is better. I use the red. Is it the red or the white? I can never remember that part. Ace Ventura. Pet detective. And some peppermint. We talked about it. Get you some peppermint is what I said. Bing, bing. Bing, 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 bing. You see how it wasn't much? Alright. This is how it gets going. And it's like, what did you brew? Fucking perfection, bro. In here is a special brew. This is a love potion that I did in the very beginning. We do not touch the love potion. Here's my other Lilith candle. There must be 2. I told you I carry around some tea in here. This was made from the... Let me read it to you. Our maki tea is handpicked on Hawaiian Island, known as the Big Island. Let's see... grown in the mineral-rich volcanic soil. So what's in there? I've had to use them a couple of different times. I've had to cut them open and use them. I've had to drink them. I've had to leave them as offerings. See how it all falls out? It's in there. All kinds of goodness from Hawaii. Again, the herbs, bro. Can't get those herbs here. But that you can. So inside of here, I have my white candle. Another one of my black candles. I don't have many. These I foraged at my last... These are from Black Hawk. Where? Let me show you. Right here. At the casino. In front of the casino. There's bushes. I do a lot of my rituals right there. It's a smoking section. I was guided to take some of the dirt and some of the bush. Why? So it can always be with me. Then I have my witch's oils in here, a lavender oil, and a couple other things that I'm just not going to pull out for you guys. Some wire, because, you know, yeah. So that's all that. I pulled everything out for you guys to see. You've seen what we pulled in it. So, now I have to take a moment to put it all back in here and explain this. I'm trying to remember what the fuck this name of this fucking... It's going to drive me crazy. It's not really it's important. It's just the fact of losing your memory pisses you off. It's like, I know the name of this. It's like playing fucking Jeopardy. Alright, what am I building here? Well, what did we say we needed? We needed to clear our spirits, bro. Big time. We needed that we were under freaking attack. Are you? I don't know. But we're going to take care of it once and for all. So something that powerful, as you can see, I didn't just use one exorcism freaking plan. I used all the plans to exorcise the demons. Are these the demons that I released? Nah. I mean, all of that was meant to do was bring it to the surface. And sure as fuck, we saw it come to the surface, didn't it? It's like, show me the truth. Well, the truth. So now that we've seen the truth, now we can clean the truth. Which is what? Bringing it to the light. I don't know, set them to rest, I guess. And that's where it comes in as, you know, Lilith. It's like, you guys, on demonic forces and shit, they fear it. And they see it as a thing from another world that, you know what I mean, is up to whatever. I don't know, it's all perception, though. To me, they're just baby spirits that can't find their way back home. And I've leached onto a human. In the essence, they're not feeding off of anything. They're feeding off of a pain of a human. These are true to tell you about, dude. They're a pain in the ass. Breaking them down is one thing, it's star anise, but those little seeds, when they fucking start, they pop, bro. You gotta be careful. Some of these seeds, bro, when they pop in the fire, it's like whoosh. That's gonna start a fire. Hold on a second, I'll show you what it all looks like when it's done. It's like, it kind of was messy to begin with, but I promise it makes sense after it's all done. From Costa Rica, right? 100% handmade paper with natural fibers. So it was already made from the trees in the land. So this is that piece of paper that you see right here. So I take Costa Rican, you could say leaves. I wrap it around in Costa Rican leaves. As you can see, we're multicultural like a motherfucker around here. And then, of course, I keep this here. This is, if you know it, it matches my first card deck, and I keep that there. Is there anything written? It matches my first card deck, and I keep that there. Is there anything written in it? A couple little things, nothing major. Just the sign of my priestess, I suppose. All right. Now, depending on the work, banishment, and purifying. Okay, but if we're just doing, you know, what I'm about to do, then I'm going to use, what do I do with this? I'll spray this 3 times into the air, right? It's just eucalyptus and lemon balm and something else. I'm not sure what it's really for, but I use it to consecrate the freaking air. I have made an enormous mess, which means that we're going to be changing this cloth soon. I mean, it's blessed and all, and it smells delicious. All right, let's talk about the ones that you didn't see that we put in there. We're going to talk about poppy. Yarrow. Wormwood, we put plenty of. Moonflower. Something else that I just got. The thistle, willow, wolfsbane. Because the poppy came out of nowhere. I didn't plan on that. I didn't know those were in there. Here's about the oak. It's all, there's so much you can know. And we had mistletoe, which came out of nowhere. I didn't believe I was going to be able to get a hold of mistletoe. It's actually it's in the oak teaching. All right, let me see if I can find that book. Shouldn't be hard to find considering that we were reading it yesterday. So we were guided to use the wolfsbane because people were, you know, going into their, or I said Wolfman was fucking with us, obviously, for many reasons. Number 29. I went to 30. Let's see. The spirit of wolfbane indicates courage in the face of challenge and a level of vitality and power to accomplish whatever is needed to go further and deeper. By tapping into the magic of your primal self, you will find victory. Here, the primal wolf spirit under the full moon is surrounded by the rune-encrusted boar-headed torque, the sign of the warrior, flanked by the 2 wolfmen. The runes of Uriz, oh look, Taiwaz. They're telling us all of them that are, so I don't know all of the runes. Uriz, Algiz, Taiwaz, Solwillo, Kanaz, and Manaz are above the ravens, reminiscing of Odin's familiars, Hungen and Mungan, or thought and memory, traveling the 9 worlds of the Norse myth, for their master below is the wolfbane, as the wise warrior and wanderer. Divinatory meaning. Reverse wolfsbane can indicate a sense of terror and almost uncontrollable desire to run away from the confrontation or escape by becoming someone or something else. Are you running from something? What fear or dread are you being forced to face right now? Learn to face it with courage like a warrior. I'm getting a download. Knowing there is no one way that is correct, but it is facing the fear that will find your next steps, not avoiding it. Did you notice how bright it got in there? Whoa. Wolfsbane is steeped in folklore and magic, but it's rarely used physically today by modern witches, both because its highly toxicity and the fact that it's often mistaken for monk's sherd, whatever. Though wolfsbane is traditionally some gives all the scientific words for it, with yellow flowers rather than purple hood, famous in Greek lore, it was said to poison the tips of the arrows to ward off wolves, and used by Medea in an attempt to poison Theseus. It is a protective herb against night creatures, from werewolves to other nightmares, and is related to monk's should, and is used to wash upon magical items and to empower them. Wolfsbane is said to force shapeshifters to return to their normal form. Likewise, it can be used to help us shift our shape to another perspective, particularly wolves and ravens. As a poison, it is sacred to the underworld gods, particularly the goddess Hecate. Thank you. The tiniest amount can be deadly, so if growing it or using it in any way, the utmost precaution should be taken. How much should we put in there? You really should put just kidding. They're all dangerous, bro. Really? Yeah, that's why I tried to warn you. Put my fingers all in it. It's like, don't be drinking this shit. Alright, let's see. Let's just kind of look at it. Saturn and Mars, and the element is fire. Somebody call 911. Oh my god, you guys. I had a whole psychic transmission conversation with motherfucking Sean Kingston in jail this morning. He asked me too. He said, how come you're answering my prayers? I said, because you don't believe in God. And where's it coming from? Mama Bridge, Haitian, voodoo. He believes in the goddess. So I heard him this morning. God's going to grant him mercy, and he'll do 13 months. His mother, no mercy for the mother. Why? Because of the breeding. We're not getting into why she doesn't get any mercy and he does. The case may be, though, is, he had good intentions when he was stealing the money. He was robbing the rich to pay the poor in one way or another. And so, therefore, his voice was heard. And I heard him out. Are you serious? It really happened this morning. It was trippy as fuck. But again, I can tap into your higher self. What does that need to take? You need to be in a quiet space. He was crying from his heart. The whole universe heard it. Of course I would hear it. Of course I would hear it. He just got 3.5 years. He's terrified. And about his mother. And we talked about all of that. Anyways, moving on. Yarrow. What number is Yarrow? 31. Oh, we're not going too far. Dun, 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 dun. All right, Venus and Mars, water, air, and earth. Well, that's all of them all together right there. As an herb of Venus, yarrow is traditionally used in love and beauty spells. Grown by doorways and the edge of paths, it's said to promote fidelity for the home and family and is used in love charms, potions, and incense. Medicinally is associated with battle, and Latin name referred to the warrior Achilles. I love it. It makes me sad, but who is said to use the herb to staunch bleeding from a wound. The teacher physician Cryon and the centaur offers it to Achilles, and it is still being used in the battlefield as recently as World War I. We're going to need it in the third one too. This association with blood and iron within the blood also gives the rulership to Mars and makes it an herb of protective and defensive magic, particularly against harmful magic and unwanted entities. Right? And that's what I said. When we do this, it's going to clean this whole thing. Who knows what's hidden in these people and their belongings and shit, what they've been carrying spiritually. Likewise, being associated with the harvest near midsummer. What's midsummer? The Queen of Wands. Otherwise known as summer solstice, can attract helpful and playful fiery beings and used in trance and dreamlike magic, both for protection and spirit contact. Since it heals cut skin, it's considered a beauty aid and clearing the beautifying and complexion. Really. And in China, stalks of yarrow are traditionally used for divination by I Ching hexagrams, a practice now spread across the world, though today more people commonly use coins. The fuck are they talking about? Another way of divination I don't want to learn. Yarrow is one of the in the essence of yarrow is one of the boundaries and borders, controlling the flow and passage of forces between, like the centennial at the gate. While the herbalism is close to wounds of the last barrier in the skin of flesh, sealing the wound, energetically it closes wounds we have in our energy, bodies, or auras. When someone's words strike us and cause harm in the way we characterize as beings, cut to the quick, or stabbed in the back, or even when the most well-intended person sharp, such communications can break our boundaries. Whatever. Divinatory meaning. Yarrow indicates that it's time to consider who and what is allowed in your life. If you have the tendency to close down and limit yourself, something's going on too. I'm giving off an energy. How do you know? I don't know. Dory went by today. I was just watching a movie or something on my phone. She's like, "What's up, girl?" So, "What's up?" She's like, "Oh, you don't like how I called you girl?" I was like, "It didn't bother me." She's like, "No, it bothers you." I was like, "I'm fine." And then at like 5 minutes later, out of fucking nowhere, Morgan texted me, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Nothing." She's like, "Are you good?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Why?" Cause shit is weird around here. Shit, you're weird or I'm weird? You guys are projecting. I'm fine. I don't give a shit what you call me. I'm fine. What the fuck are y'all talking about? I just want to point this out. If you have tendency to close down and limit yourself, consider opening new people, situations, and even new spiritual allies. If you tend to be very open, perhaps you should pull back a bit and focus upon deepening the relationship you already have in your life. If you can help someone in need, someone who has been harmed, now is the time to offer aid, like Cryon offering Yarrow to Achilles. Well, that's what I'm about to do. Alright, let's move on to the puppy. I'm seeing the Smurfs when I did that. Alright, Moon, Venus, Mars, water elements. The opium poppy has a long story rich with magic, medicine, and politics. Being the source of powerful class of drug known as opiates, the root of morphine, opium, and heroin, poppy has been linked to Neolithic humans and the lands of Summer and the ancient Greece, used as both medicine in the mystery traditions, with a wide range of different species, varieties of poppy, being such widely cultivated flower. Not all species contain opiates, but all have magical and medicinal virtues. Carvings of many Greek goddesses are depicted holding poppy flowers. The mother goddess Demeter, who was Persephone's mother, transformed a young man she loved, Melkon, into a poppy flower. Hypnos, and later Morpheus, the god of sleep and dream, are associated with the plant. Rituals of the mystery life, fertility, death, and resurrection are within the realm of this plant's magic. Today they are associated with remembrance rituals and wartime dead. Along with sleep and death, the prophetic seeds are associated with financial gain and abundance. Poppy has been used in love potion formulas to attract, enchant, and bewitch. Like other plants with small prophetic seeds, poppies can be associated with invisibility and confusion. That's what came in our shit too, is to, become invisible. Being particularly helpful in throwing off law enforcement seeking to capture or prosecute you. What? The seeds do not contain the opiate latex, but are still quite magical. Divinatory meaning. Here, Poppy appears as a dream phantasma in the sleeping poet-artist reclining in the slumber. Surrounded by the stars outside and within, the two guardian stag skulls, illuminated by candlelight, urge you to seek the truth between the horns among the stars. Poppy tells you to pay attention to your dreams and find your creative voice in those dreams. Let go of assumptions about yourself and what you can and cannot do, and find your creative sense of self. Enter into the mysteries of your own being and return with your own treasures. I got this download right there. A lot of you sit there like, what am I going to do with my life? You're trying to manifest it and force it. You're trying to make a life for yourself. I'm seeing Bobby. Oh, God. If God doesn't change his life, then his life sucks. And that's to all of you. If you don't let God come in and make some changes, give you an adventure, take you away from this, you're doomed. People did 25, 35, 45 years of work to a company because that's what they were told to do. They were told to sacrifice their happiness for the betterment of their families. That was the American fucking way. How can you live a happy life like that? They sacrificed happiness, so the house itself was never built on happiness. It was built on desperation, greed, and coveting. You just wanted to keep up with everybody else, and you would sacrifice. And as I'm seeing this, I'm seeing Mr. Incredible. He had to get a job, But God gave him a job. But he just, you know what I mean? He forced him to do a job. You know, that's it. It's like God gave you a purpose, bro. And you don't see it as a way of life because it's not going to make you rich. So you don't want to do it. But that's what really makes you happy. I don't know what Bobby does creatively, but he has to have a creative outlet just like the rest of us. There's a part of us that likes to do stuff. Maybe he cooks. I find it so appealing that Lewis irons. It goes back to the OCD, but it's a creative expression. You're putting yourself into something. You know what I mean? And what is he putting him in? Into his appearance, of course. Go figure. But nevertheless, it's like you never know what a person can really do. Lewis also, I mean, that's not all he does. He plays instruments. He sings. He tries to find himself in all things. He tries to see what... He tries to show himself that he can do all things. And that he's great at all things. Okay, then do something great instead of just trying. You've shown yourself enough that you can be great at all things. Then do something great with all those things. Instead of just trying new things. Love you, Lewis. You gonna come down the mountain? Let go of assumptions about yourself and what you can and cannot do, and find your creative sense of self. Enter in the mystery of your own being and return with your own treasures. If he didn't waste his evenings doing what he does do and tried to do something else, who knows what he's capable of doing? You really don't know what your creativity can create until you allow it to be expressed. And like Lewis, you have to find ways to find out what fits you best. Lewis loves everything he does, and after he masters it, is a whole fucking Knight of Wands off to something new. What's the point in getting better at something you've already mastered? He knows how to jump out of a plane. He knows how to surf a board. Do you know how to ride a horse? Damn, you would be a sexy on a stallion. Just having fun with you guys. I mean, in essence, it's like, you know, you're here to discover what you're good at. Not just be told that you're no good. You're no good, you're no good. Let's move on. Poppy in reverse warns us to rest and regenerate. We've been getting that message like crazy. Today I was in a great nap. They woke me up out of nowhere just to shove me outside, and it was raining. I needed that. It's like, what did I wake up for? Just to be outside in the rain? You love the rain. I know you'll love this. Come outside. All right, I'm out here. Lots of rest, bro. Why? Because we're wearing down. We've been burnt out. We are nearing exhaustion, if not already there, and we need time out from expectations to simply be. Meaning I don't have to do shit with myself. Just let me just be. Let me be a fly on the wall, dude. Let me be a fucking lump on the fucking couch. Just let me be. I don't have to do anything. Just be. Let go for a time and renew your sense of joy. That's it. You just need to be. Give yourself permission to do nothing. At ease is what that means. At ease. Relax. We'll call you when we need you. Just chill. Affirmation. Rest and regeneration is an essential to my health. That makes sense as we stop on 10044. Chickadee check yourself. Alright, so you saw what I put in there. What am I going to do? I'm going to take this little screwdriver. No, just take this bad boy. We sit there and we break this shit down. For how long? I don't know. I do it forever. Especially those chunks. I didn't put too many of them, but when you put those wood chunks in there, where are they? There's some in there. They're hard to break down, and you have to break them down. There's not too many in there. Here's one. Oh, that's just that rock thing. So we break it down and we break it down. I told you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this little paper. Oh, yeah, I didn't show you how to do that. I'm going to write something on it. I'm going to put my symbols on there, my sigils. Do you know how to roll a joint? It's okay. You don't really need to. So then I do something like this, right? Then I'm going to pin the bitch. Don't ask me how many times I've poked myself and had to do a blood. There's blood on this too. How many times? 1,000,000. Seriously. Right? So then we built it. Okay, that's not really built well. We built this city. And then this is how I end up poking myself because I put my finger in there. And then there's a small blood sacrifice to this bullshit. Don't do it. I don't want to poke myself. Don't poke me. See, I was still trying to poke me. Right? And you take that. You start shoving the shit in there. Obviously, we're going to have a whole lot of leftover shit. So we're going to keep that in our bottle. Then we'll take this. We'll put it over. Can you hand me my purse? over a heat-proof dish. The shit is going to start on fire and it's going to fall out of your fingers, and if it's falling on grass or something, it's going to burn. It will burn out. It will fall over. When you do them like this, it's pretty cool. I fold it down and shit. It opens like a rose, the way it burns. It's pretty cool. Now, I did bring my other one. This one's down there. This is the one I keep it in. This was just in my bag with some shit. As you can see, I told you I always use that blue one. This is my candle. Why is it all weenie like that? It got hot. It melted. But it's still a beeswax candle ready to burn. Right? So I'll put the extras in here and keep them in my car. And I will burn them in my little ashtray. To be honest, I'm probably going to just make one for the chick downstairs and then just burn mine in my ashtray. Now, what did we miss? What's missing out of our brew? Anybody? White sage. Why? Because it helps it burn. So I'll put it in here, but I'll also have to put it on the top of this and throughout this to make sure that sage keeps it burning. You saw all that weird shit? All that shit won't burn that easy. If you start enough fires, you start to learn what's real flammable and what's not. If you're out in the middle of nowhere and you want to start a fire, the quickest thing to start a fire is a pine cone. That motherfucker will light up real fast. That's why we keep pine cones. Those are fire starters. Okay? Did you guys learn some stuff? Cool. Well, I'm going to clean some stuff now, and I'm going to move on. And when I light this thing... Well, naturally, because the wind is blowing, it'll take it from, you know, the west to the east. I just want to point out, I am the Wicked Witch of the West, supposedly. But I'm not that wicked. And what am I doing all this for? You heard. Between last night's video and this night's or in today's video, you'll know exactly what's in there. What the properties are. If you want to sit there one by one and Google them, you could do that too, and that could be very time consuming. You could just watch the video and, you know, all that. Yeah, I made a mess. That's what we do. And that's why I be having my fingers all burnt, my nails broken, fucking, I mean, seriously, bro. Seriously. That's why I gotta keep gloves and shit. Alright, well, I taught you. I don't know what else I'll teach you. Oh, we need to do some reversal magic. I need to teach you that. But start with the herbs and stuff. Hey, love yous. Laters. Bye-bye now.